Hey, Wayne Fox. I recently was asked about the new lighting I've been using on my videos to light my little clips I do of myself. I decided to get something that's a little more pleasant, a little more portrait-like. I know there's quite a bit of interest in this because of a lot of people that are on Twitch nowadays or doing, vlogs or various channels where they want to have a nice lighting on their face. So I thought I'd share what I bought and how I set it up. Basically what it is it's made by Savage. It's this kit here. It's the Savage. They make several kits. This one I think is called the Savage Portrait Kit. Let's see. Doesn't actually say it on the box, but they have this particular kit comes with all that you need with a 2-light setup. They are LED based, so it's okay for video. They're not super powerful, but most of the time you're using them in pretty close. It comes in a decent carry case, so if you want to haul it around a little bit, you can. I would recommend, if you buy the kit and you do want to haul it, that when you open it up, there's a cardboard reinforcement that goes like this, and you have to take it out to get everything out. But what I did is I turned that over so the top's open but the cardboard's still in there, and that keeps these sides rigid. Once you take that out, if you don't have that in there, those sides get pretty floppy because there's really not a lot of big things in it. So it comes with two LED heads. I think they're 300 watts a piece. They use about 172 LEDs in them. They're rated at CRI 90, which is pretty good for lighting. It's not great for most of the time when you're displaying it on a photograph on a wall. I look for something higher, but for this kind of thing they work pretty good. Has a dimmer switch. It's stepless, very smooth, and it gives you a readout on what percentage you've got it set to, so you can dial it back and repeat that setting. You also get two fairly decent stands. I was surprised at these. You'll notice that they even are spring loaded, so they won't fall and mash your finger like happened to me with the ladder the other day. I don't know if you can see that blood blister or not. So let's pop that up. And then it comes with two collapsible soft boxes. They're a little bit of a pain to work with, but they're pretty portable. They're just kind of a spring-loaded thing. You pop them open, okay, like that. You take your light and you shove it through there. And it's not the most secure thing in the world, but it's adequate. You pull the handle of the light back through, and then that holds it on there. Stick that on your stand. And then has for the inside, let me see if I can do this here. On the inside it comes with two little, if I can get it open. It's a double scrim, I guess you'd call it. You have a small one that, let's back this up a little bit. You'll see that there's some elastics up in the corner right here, and you can stretch that small one between the elastics. And you have a larger one which velcros around the outside, so it's a complete softbox. You can use it with one of these if you want a little more light. You can use it with both of them if you want it softer. You can probably even use it with neither of them if you want something a little harsh. In my setup, I actually don't even use the box on one of them. I just use my wall. So I'm gonna set my setup now, and then from my chair I'll do some video, show you how I set it up and give you an idea of how it works. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my lights set up as I would if I'm doing a video. Like I said, I just use this mainly for little corner shots, just to give a little bit of more, I don't know what you'd call it, just to make them a little more interesting. I'm gonna grab my iPhone here and I'm gonna take some video of how this is set up around the room, and then I'll dub that in and then give an idea what I do. So over here you'll see that I have the single light, and I've only got this at about, I think, 25% power, and I just bounce it off of a white section of my wall. I sometimes have to take one of my test prints down. This is my viewing area over here where I judge the color of my photographs. I have 4 really high quality LED lights here that light this up very evenly, and I've got a little rail that I can pop them in and out of. It's kind of cool. So I can put a print up, and I sit at my desk and I can make final color corrections. So this is kind of a fill light. The other light is over here. It's the softbox. You can see it set up right over my display. And the camera I'm using for most of that is this little Brio webcam. And so as I sit here, a light is about, I would say, 9:30 in position. So as I sit down, the light's coming across at an angle like this, gives me this nice shadow on the side. Obviously, we're looking for that shape to the cheek, which gives them 3-dimension. I usually judge that by the small shadow underneath the nose. Back when I first started 40 years ago, they called that a loop light, as opposed to a Rembrandt light where you let that shadow actually connect to the cheek shadow. That gives more light into the eyes that way. Obviously, if you'd prefer a flat light, you could take both soft boxes. You could put them in at equal angles this way, just so that you get a nice flat light. Some people prefer that because as they're doing their thing on Twitch or live streaming, they're moving around a lot. I tend to just sit real still and stare at the camera. I'm just not much of an actor, I guess. But the overall effect is pretty pleasing, a lot better than what I used to have, which was just the ceiling lights that were on and wasn't really too great. It's a nice kit, only costs about 250 bucks. You can buy it here in Salt Lake if you want from my store at Pixels Photo and Frame, 90th and State. If you don't live in Utah, there are lots of places you can buy it. I would recommend that you maybe check out your local camera store first. Those guys need your help, and they can give you some support if you need it. But there's also plenty of places, I'm sure, that B&H, Adorama, Amazon, all of them have it. Now, they actually make 2 versions of this. The version I bought has the soft boxes because I wanted that light, but there's a cheaper version, and I think the only difference is instead of, excuse me, instead of soft boxes, it comes with 2 umbrellas, and they're actually very nice as well. Some people prefer the umbrellas more because then the light is coming from a little further away. I like the soft boxes myself, and so it was worth the extra money. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, thanks to all those that have subscribed. I've been a little surprised. I have a lot of fun making these. I really am not trying to make any money from YouTube. I'm not going to become a YouTuber. But if you like the video, hit that subscribe button. Maybe I'll see you next time. Thanks.